Let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story of 2024. I am Dr. Edward Summers, and let's queer up the top stories of the year. This is number 6 of 24. Nazarene theologian Reverend Thomas Jay Oord faces trial for LGBTQ affirmation. This story was broadcast on August 5th on Queer God Squad. The Reverend Thomas Jay Oord, a renowned theologian and ordained elder in the Church of the Nazarene, faced a church trial on July 25th in Boise, Idaho. Before this, Reverend Selden Kelley lost his credentials last year after contributing an essay to the book edited by Oord. Kelley, which called for more dialogue on LGBTQ issues within the church, Oord has publicly defended his stance through his book, My Defense, responding to charges that fully affirm LGBTQ people. Can we expect religious institutions, especially churches, to be more inclusive anytime soon? Let's have a look.
Is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Nazarene theologian Reverend Thomas Jay Oord faces trial for LGBTQ plus affirmation. The Reverend Thomas Jay Oord, a renowned theologian and ordained elder in the Church of the Nazarene, faced a church trial on July 25th in Boise, Idaho. The trial stemmed from the allegations that Oord promoted doctrines contrary to the denomination's teachings and engaged in conduct unbecoming of a minister by advocating for LGBTQ affirmation. Reverend Oord stands accused of teaching beliefs that conflict with the Church of the Nazarene's stance on same-sex relationships, which holds that, and I quote, "the practice of same-sex sexual intimacy is contrary to God's will," end quote. He has also co-authored a book titled Why the Church of Nazarene Should Be Fully LGBTQ plus Affirming. It was published last year. This trial follows a similar case involving the Reverend Selden Kelley, who lost his credentials last year after contributing an essay to the same book edited by Oord. Kelley had called for more dialogue on the LGBTQ plus issues within the church. In response to the charges, Oord has publicly defended his stance through his book titled My Defense, responding to charges that I fully affirm LGBTQ plus people. He believes that love is central to Jesus' teaching. He has also noted that many scholars and Nazarene affiliate institutions probably support LGBTQ plus inclusion, but fear speaking out due to job security.
So, to answer the question, I don't think we're going to be churches are going to be more inclusive in 2025. I think we're going to see a regression, given the state of our politics, right, of the world politics, quite frankly. And I just don't see any positivity coming from the church in terms of being more open and inclusive.
Well, speaking as a long-time atheist, I find it very confusing that many organized religions complain about losing followers in droves, but refuse to welcome LGBTQ folks looking for a space to worship. They don't welcome them into their flocks. It doesn't make sense, and it seems counterintuitive.
Well, and it's strange, or not strange, but your point is correct about the politics are not quite there for us yet, regardless, because it benefits both the religious community and the Republican approach to life. But it's I thought I saw hope there when the Pope made a few minor steps, small steps, but it's not enough because he's kind of slipped back a few. So it's going to be another 100 years before we have the opportunity.
Well, let's hope things don't fall back as far as we may fear. I know we're very privileged here in the greater Fort Lauderdale, Miami area to have a lot of gay-friendly, affirming churches. I also came from the New York area 5 years ago and saw the same thing. So, maybe we can support our brothers and sisters around the country and beyond in ways, that we can, any type of way that we can make inroads and help, where we see people are maybe struggling or going backwards, because it's a tough thing to be part of a church community and have it taken away. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, to Buddy's point before, in the segment that we did, we need a state of the community, and this will help us in terms of really coalescing and coming together as a community to understand where we stand and how we can develop a communal agenda. And so, great point that you made before, Buddy.
Love that. Yeah.
We are bringing you a special presentation of the 24 biggest stories of the year we call the Top 24 of 24. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.